want to welcome Miss Marianne Mendoza with us tonight, and so glad to have her on the air with us. Uh, you have already gone through much in the time of your life. Uh, what what motivated you to join this particular cause? I mean, because it would be so easy for you to isolate yourself and not really get involved with life after the loss of your son. What motivated you to step out and say, we need to build the wall, and I'm going to help?
Well, first of all, what motivated me after my son's death was my son was a very humble man, but he was a modern day B cop and was given a project in the south part of Mesa that had a big neighborhood with a park in the middle that drug dealers had taken over, and the homeless had just it was just the neighbors, the neighborhood couldn't even go and enjoy the park. He cleaned it all up, got homeless people to shelters, got rid of the drug dealers, went door to door, met everybody. He was doing amazing things for the children in the neighborhood, going to the Boys and Girls Club, mentoring them, buying children gifts that families couldn't afford at Christmas, going to the park on his day off, playing kickball. Silence. I have to continue speaking up on my son's behalf and doing something not only for our community but for our nation. He was a law enforcement officer. He had dedicated himself to protecting the community, and so I just kind of furthered his mission by speaking out about things. He knew about illegal alien crime. I had been on many ride-alongs here in Mesa with him. He knew, the depth of it all here in Arizona. So when We Build the Wall approached me after they had started their GoFundMe and asked me to be an advisory board member and a consultant, I was absolutely thrilled because that is one of the main things that has to be done to stop the flow of illegal aliens coming into our country. Um, First of all, to stop it, but also to form protection that once these illegal alien criminals are deported, that they don't have an easy way in. Because a lot of them are back within 24 hours of being
Yeah.
deported. It's just, there's over 300 miles in southern Arizona that's barbed wire fencing. That's it. That's our southern border.
Wow.
And it's very easy for these criminals just to come back over the very next day. So um, it was an important message that Brian Colvage and Amanda Shea, the co-founders, got out. The amount of outpouring and support from our fellow Americans willing to step up and donate money to show our politicians that this is how it's done. You hire a company like Fisher Industries who charges half of what all these other government contracts have gone to the companies. They provide a stellar border security package.
Mm-hmm.
It's 80-year lifespan steel, which most of the other companies only offer 20-year lifespan steel.
Wow.
They provide a paved road, they provide lighting, and they provide sensors in the ground that detects walking, driving, or digging within 60 foot of the fence. These Border Patrol agents in Sunland Park, New Mexico, where we built the almost mile of wall, were just stunned at what we provided for them at half the cost of what the government is paying.
Wow. See, but
So,
that's
yeah.
that's the American way, and what is often misconstrued as defiance of open borders or fairness to individuals who want to become citizens. It's the simple fact that you and I believe that there is a constitutional right to protect those who live within our borders. And it's done not at the cost of Americans, but actually at the profit of Americans. And this is the type of thing that we should be promoting and encouraging across the country. Got to ask you here because, I'm in an urban area and you know these questions. So here we go. I got to hit you with a couple of these. Miriam Mendoza, you are a racist. You want to keep black and brown people out of our country. Am I correct in that regard?
Absolutely not. Illegal alien is not a race. It's people from every country around this world who are illegally present in our country. My last name is Mendoza. My children are half Hispanic. I have my Hispanic in-laws who support me 100%. Um, You know, I have black friends who are very good friends of mine. And everybody who knows me personally knows I'm the farthest thing from a racist. But the biggest thing is illegal aliens are not a race.
There you go. Here's a second question for you. We said that Mexico would pay for the wall. Why are we paying for it?
Well, you know, there are ways that the president has done things with trade deals and things that he's doing with Mexico. The biggest thing that, and they're discussing this, and Angel Families has kind of been working on this, angelfamilies.com, we're trying to get different states to implement a remittance tax on the money that goes from the illegals here working in our country goes back to their home countries. And, you know, our government provides money to each of those countries. And it's amazing how much money is actually, like, we provide millions to Guatemala and Honduras and these different countries. But it's in the billions of dollars, the remittance money that's going back over. Oklahoma is the only state right now that has a remittance tax. And they collected like $11 million, and that was back in 2015, in remittance tax, a 1% remittance tax. So a lot of these illegals who are working here, I mean, I had one of them speak to an angel dad and was laughing and saying, yeah, you stupid Americans think we're sending our money home to our grandmas. We're sending our money home to our families, and they're back in our home country buying farms and buying auto repair shops. And once we have those businesses and that land paid off, we're going home and we're going to have a good life.
Yeah.
You know, we're fools to believe that they've come here to make a better life for themselves. They've come here to take advantage of us and get food stamps and free medical and, you know, welfare and reduced housing and make all this money under the table.
Bundled and quite frankly, you know, don't support that. Were you hurt and was Rebuild the Wall hurt by what the left did as a hit job against you all?
Journalists, the hit pieces, and that sort of 2 or 3 more projects in the works. We need people to keep donating because what Rebuild the Wall is doing is finding private landowners who have land on the border, and there's a gap in the government wall, a mile or 2 gap, and those are the gaps that we're trying to fill in. I would not be affiliated with an organization that was not on the up and up. You know, the only thing that we have to protect about ourselves is our reputation, and my reputation means everything to me because of how I do speak out.
Exactly.
So I'm very proud to be a part of this organization.
I want to ask you, have you actually been to the areas where they've done the wall, that have built the wall areas?
Oh, yeah. I've been down there many times. Before it was even completed, we were watching it being built, and then we went down for the final reveal to the media. And then we had a wall-a-thon down there a month later, and then we had a symposium down there. And really brought Donald Trump Jr. came down there, and you know, Louis Gohmert and Corey Lewandowski. We had lots of people come down there to actually see it for themselves, because you can see a picture, but to actually be standing there and looking at this fence goes up the side of a mountain at a 30% grade.
Wow.
And Fisher Industries did this in 10 days. I mean, Fisher Industries could do a mile a day on flat land. And
wow.
Their technology is just amazing. And, you know, people can go to We Build the Wall YouTube channel and just take a look at the videos that our video guy has put together, Jeff, and just watch how it was constructed and see the efficiency that Tommy Fisher and Fisher Industries has, you know, put out there for display.
Marianne,
and here's the sad thing.
Yes.
You know, he bid on several of the projects, and Border Patrol, CBP, did not award him contracts. And so he contested one of them. And of course, the liberal left too is, you know, Donald Trump's been pushing for Fisher Industries to be hired because they're so efficient and so much cheaper. But of course, you know, the liberal politicians in D.C. are all up in arms because Tommy Fisher happened to have donated to Donald J. Trump's campaign in 2016. You know, folks, it doesn't matter who somebody donates to for their campaign, and if that person happens to be in office, what we need to be looking at is saving the taxpayer money and being able to get double for our money of what we're actually getting down on the border right now, and a much superior product.
Listen.
You know, people talk about wasteful government spending, then step up and hire this guy and have him do the work that we know he can.
Exactly. Marianne Mendoza with us tonight, angel mom that she is, dedicated to protecting our borders. Uh, Got to go in this direction because you know Arizona a little bit more, a whole lot better than I know, certainly. But over the weekend, in a private brief, uh, one of your House representatives, and I'm going to mispronounce his name, so forgive me, Gravalis, um, and he is a virtually a communist in the role of a representative for the people of Phoenix. But he came out and told that have been brought around, who are also part of the Congress, that Donald Trump is not losing. They are building the wall, and to my people, it looks like Donald Trump is winning. Now, I want you to explain to the American public, first and foremost, has it been easy to build this wall because of the House representation? And then, secondly, how much easier would it be if we could get rid of representatives like Gravalis?
Raul Grijalva. He is a cartel congressman, is his nickname in Arizona.
Yeah.
And we do have an angel dad, Steve Ronovec, who's running against him for Congress in Arizona.
Thank you.
We're going to get him out of here. But anyway, it hasn't been easy. And you know, this is economics 101. You have 136 billion a year being earmarked to support illegals, which our representatives in Congress have no problem just saying yes, 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 yes to, without the president who's asking for $50 billion for a one-time fee to build the wall, and they just keep saying no to him. You know, what does he denied? And yet, these politicians are fine, and we just had Judge Tybar today say, no, President Trump, you can't keep them in Mexico to await their asylum hearings. They are waiting their asylum hearings, which they won't show up to anyway. This is insanity, and these politicians are so blinded by their hate for our president. We have got George Soros and the open border, you know, one world government people who Hillary fell underneath. They thought they were going to win in 2016. They didn't. And so their fight is even more vicious and disgusting now versus 136 billion that's going to just keep growing every year. That makes a whole lot of sense.
It makes a whole lot. Man, that Common Core math is really working in America. It's not if, it's a win in my belief. What do you think your son would think of you for doing what you've done for our country?
I hope he's proud. I hope that he realizes, you know, my life came to a screeching halt on May 12, 2014. I never envisioned the last 5.5 years of my life doing what I'm doing. You know, I had other plans for my life, but my country and my fellow Americans are that important to me as they were to my son, that I will spend as much time as I'm allowed. And, you know, that money provides me to travel and get the word out and speak to people like you and make my fellow Americans aware of it. Look, you know, you read an article about somebody being killed by an illegal alien, you know, your lunch break is over at work, you go back to work. You know, I get it. When you're not affected personally, you know, you can't really get into the emotional part of it like I do. But I just want to say this in parting. You know, angel families aren't only just dealt with a debt. There's a lot of angel families that are $50,000 to $100,000 in debt for legal representation when their taxpayer money has provided a taxpayer-funded defense attorney for the exact illegal who killed their loved one.
Yeah.
And these are the things that people need to understand. This is why we fight. This is not right what's going on in our country. Why are illegal aliens allowed to sue our government for upholding our immigration laws? You know, we've got to stop the insanity and stop the sanctuary policies. And there's a new initiative going around, Welcoming America, Welcoming Michigan. They're having a big thing, I think, was going on today. Don't be fooled by this initiative that's happening in your communities. Welcoming has replaced sanctuary. And we don't need an initiative to welcome immigrants. We already welcome legal immigrants in our country. We need to stop the left play on words and realize what they're doing is trying to protect more illegal aliens in our communities.
Marianne Mendoza, we love you and we thank God for what you're doing for the world. It's not enough for us to say that we're protecting our own, but when we teach the world that the rule of law supersedes the ambitions of the dictators and tyrants and oppressors, I believe that they pursue, as in Hong Kong, the freedoms, the luxury of liberty that we have here. Marion, if you would, tell everybody how they can get in contact with you for both WeBuildTheWall.us and also for Angel Families.
Okay, it's WeBuildTheWall.us. We're still taking donations. We're working on our next project. We still need to get some money coming in. Angelfamilies.com is our website. I have a blog at www.mamendoza480.com is my illegal immigration blog. And my Twitter is at mamendoza480 because I was suspended from Twitter, so I've created a blog, so if it ever happens again, they can shove off, and I'm just going to keep putting my word out there on my blog.
Amen.
Unfiltered, uncensored.
Hey, I love that. I love that. Marianne Mendoza, ladies and gentlemen, God bless you. Thank you so much for all that you have done for our nation and will continue to do. Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back from the break, a conversation with a very good friend of mine, Dave Milner. You know him better as the unpleasant blind guy, and also Agador. But he will talk with us about a very, very important thing that's going to happen tomorrow. Marianne Mendoza, thank you, and God bless you and yours.
Thank you very much.
We will be right back with more of the best in urban conservative news and talk, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I thought I pressed that button. I didn't. But I'm going to press this one.
Now, at Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to